American trucks look like rolling steel beasts, all chrome, smoke, and country music. But the thing is, Europe's actually beating us. Wait, what? Yep, Europe, land of baguettes and tiny cars, is crushing the US on real truck performance, with trucks that carry more, burn less, and don't look like rejected Transformers. Because while our Mad Max beasts win in the style department, they're losing on things that actually count. You know, things like size, efficiency, safety, and tech. All the things needed to make trucks haul more. Today, we're breaking down exactly why American trucks are falling behind, and what a great American trucking comeback would look like. So buckle up and let's hit the gas. Let's get one thing straight. American trucks are iconic. Giant chrome grills, 15-speed manual gearboxes, or enough cabin space to host a small BBQ. These things are part of pop culture. From famous movies to music, our trucks have a vibe. But here's the problem. The trailers they're hauling? Still stuck in the past. The US capped truck weights at 80,000 pounds in the 1980s. And since then, not much has changed. For decades, our big trucks have looked impressive but have actually not been delivering the goods. Meanwhile, other countries realized trailers could be longer, heavier, safer, and way more efficient. Take Finland. These guys are cruising around with trucks that weigh up to 167,000 pounds. That's more than double the US. And no, life's not easier for European truckers. They're driving through medieval cities, snowy back roads, and IKEA parking lots. But they make it work. Because their trucks are designed to be smarter, not just bigger. Finland spent years studying the impact of heavier, longer trucks, and guess what? They're more efficient, burn less fuel per pound, and reduce emissions by up to 33%. Oh, and they're safer too, because instead of just slapping weight on an old design, they built better trucks. Trucks with multiple cameras, side protection for cyclists, automatic emergency braking, lane keep assist, and more. And it worked. Turns out, the length doesn't matter as much as speed and distance when it comes to safety. Basically, they scienced the hell out of their trucks and now they run laps around our rigs. But they're not the only place showing US trucks how it's done. From the icy lands of Finland to the other side of the world. Literally. Let's go down under to Australia, where they go even bigger. Welcome to road train country. Imagine you pass a semi pulling 3, 4, even 5 trailers. Believe it or not, that's a common sight in the Australian outback highways. One set a Guinness record pulling 113 trailers and altogether was 1.5 kilometers, or nearly a mile long. Now that's of course for show. Day-to-day, road trains in Australia are allowed to haul a maximum of close to 400,000 pounds, 5 times the US limit. That's basically 30 elephants worth. On a single rig. Why? Simple. Australia's got wide open land, very few train lines, and massive distances between towns. Trains can't do it. Planes aren't practical, so trucks took over. And they didn't just scale up randomly. Aussie road trains use smart weight distribution, multiple axles, and specially trained drivers. These aren't cowboys with a truck license. These guys are professionals. The results? High freight efficiency, lower emissions per mile, and fewer trucks on the road overall. Meanwhile, back in the US, we're still hauling with the same trailer limits from 1982. Why? The same reason everything sucks these days. Politics, regulation, infrastructure. But the main reason? Bridges. Many of America's older bridges weren't designed for loads over 80,000 pounds. That's why the original weight limit was set. But that was 40 years ago. You'd think we could have figured something out by now. The rest of the world seems to have... But we're still stuck in the 80s, like a literal episode of Back to the Future. But size isn't the only factor. Turns out our trucks are also lagging in design stakes. Let's take a second to talk about truck design. American trucks love their long-nosed trucks, but those massive bonnets? They're not exactly space efficient. European trucks mostly use flat-faced cab-over designs. It lets them maximize trailer length within tight road limits. It also improves visibility, which is kind of important when you're driving a 60-foot beast. And Scania and Volvo trucks from Europe aren't just different in looks. They're packed with tech most US rigs still dream about, like air suspension that adjusts based on load built-in weight sensors, automatic emergency braking, lane keeping systems, full airbag coverage, like not just for drivers, but for side impacts too. Meanwhile, in the US, most trucks don't even have side airbags. We're out here flexing chrome stacks while Europe's keeping their truckers safe, while helping them haul more. Unfortunately, the L's for the US don't end there. We know Europe's already winning on truck tech. But they're just cheaper to run too. Those longer trailers and heavier loads allow their shipping costs per ton to be way lower. That's right. They're doing more with fewer trucks. That means less congestion, less emissions, and more profit. So why isn't the US adapting? Well, part of it comes down to lobbying. More trucks means more business for manufacturers and logistics companies. Oh, it's a classic case of protecting your cash cow, even when the numbers don't make sense anymore. So is the US just doomed to fall behind forever? Not quite. Let's talk about a comeback, because there's one area where the US was behind, and now it's kind of leading the charge. Electric trucks. Yeah, I know. China's ahead on EV adoption, and BYD is churning out cars faster than McDonald's flips burgers. But when it comes to electric trucks, especially long-haul semis, America's got a surprise card. Enter the Tesla Semi. Now, the rollout's been slow, real slow, but PepsiCo's already using a fleet of Tesla Semis to haul soda across California. And the early data? It's promising. Fully loaded, the Tesla Semi is rated for 500 miles of range. Torque? Insane. Acceleration? Stupid fast for a rig its size. More importantly, it's got regenerative braking, advanced traction control, and, get this, autopilot features designed for highways. And it qualifies for major federal tax credits. Other companies like Freightliner and Nikola are pushing EV and hydrogen trucks too. So we're starting to move in the right direction. Slowly. But it's happening. Could this be the way the US finally catches up? Imagine pairing the EV tech we're developing here with the efficiency and size standards other countries already use. That's a win. But we can't ignore infrastructure. To handle bigger or heavier trucks, we'll need to upgrade bridges, weigh stations, and road surfaces. That's a huge bill, but the payoff is long-term. Fewer trucks, less fuel, lower emissions, better safety, and less burnout for drivers, because one driver can do what used to take 2 or 3. Plus, bigger, better trucks means more stable freight costs equals lower prices for everyone. It's like upgrading from a flip phone to a smartphone. Yeah, it's more upfront, but once you switch, you never want to go back. So where do we go from here? Europe proved that you can innovate, expand truck sizes, and still protect safety and the environment. Australia proved you can run massive rigs if you train drivers properly and build the roads to handle it. And even the US proved, with the new rig tech, that we can lead if we let innovation do its thing. We just need to accept that while the 80s were cool, the world has changed a bit since then, and so should our laws. Want a better trucking system? Here's the 3-step formula. 1. Bigger trailers. 2. Modern, safer truck design. 3. Smarter infrastructure. It's not rocket science, it's truck science. So next time you see a 60-foot truck rumbling down the freeway, remember, it could be doing more, carrying more, emitting less, being safer. And if we get it right, American trucks could go from being stuck in the past to leading the world again. We've got the brains, we've got the roads, we just need the will. Otherwise, we'll keep falling behind while the rest of the world hauls twice as much. In style. Of course, bigger isn't always better. To see how this small truck is actually changing the game, click here. See you in the next one, and have fun out there.